You're trying to find that magic combination.
When it comes to winemaking,
We are about 2/3 of the way through picking
Hardy Wallace isn't afraid to be a little different.
exuberant and jubilant. That's the most incredible thing I think that California has going for it in the wine world, is we don't have any rules.
That ethos fuels Wallace, a winemaker and partner at Dirty and Rowdy Family Winery.
Past the point of no return. Like, we were just like,
He's become part of a fast-growing trend in the industry by making something old new again. Orange wine.
by leaving these skins on, it's the same music. I'm just going to go and adjust the volume. So we're going to take this from 4 and we're going to take this to 7. Sometimes you want to take that, and like if you're a guitar player, sometimes you want to hit the pedal and hit the distortion pedal.
Grapes that would typically be pressed and fermented without their skins to make white wine are instead fermented with their skins on, resulting in a wine with a golden hue. It's a winemaking method that originated in the region that is now the Republic of Georgia thousands of years ago.
People, they see orange and they automatically think of the fruit. Once we get past that point, they think of a white wine left in the skins is going to be sweet, it's going to be light, it's going to be all of these things that it's not.
No.
Orange wine is usually heavier, it's more dense, more tannic, more mouth-filling.
We visited Wallace last winter at Sugarloaf Crush, a shared winery space in Sonoma County.
And now we've got what's left of these grape skins.
And I'll tell you, if you told me that these were olives, I would believe it.
Let's do it.
The winemaking process required some legwork.
I'm having memories of I Love Lucy here, Hardy.
This is it. Just step in, you can put your butt right on the edge.
All right. Okay. Wow. Oh, what a feeling. With all the automation in winemaking, why is it still important for this to be done by a human foot?
A lot of people would say this is crazy, this is ridiculous, but they're making much larger quantities of wines. This is something, as I mentioned, this will make 600 bottles.
Stomping grapes with you, it feels like we're part of an ancient ritual, an ancient process.
That's the magic of it.
So what do we have happening here?
All those grapes that we had drained, that we had stomped, we're squeezing out that last 20% or so of juice that's coming out.
While our grapes were in the press, we headed to the barrel room
It's not orange.
It's deep yellow.
to taste the 2018 skin-fermented Simeon,
Harvest 2018, in so many ways the best one ever.
named one of the best orange wines in the world.
What would you pair this wine with?
An empty glass. No, it is. I think that's the beautiful thing. They're so versatile. Like, you have this with scallops, and it kills it because we've got incredible acidity, but we also have just enough tannin to work with kind of that fleshiness of the scallop. You take this and have like a thing of chips and salsa, and like you've got a good night.
I like your approach to wine, Hardy. To see a category like this, actually centuries old, suddenly get on the radar globally,
Right.
how rare is that?
I would say it's very rare.
Sam Stoppelmoor is the wine director at Compagnie de Vin Surnaturel in New York, an outpost of the renowned Paris wine bar.
Peter Vader Malberg, one of the great producers.
We paid him a visit earlier this year to ask about orange wine's rising popularity.
This was really looked at until a few years ago, at least certainly in the US, as a sort of peasant tradition, a peasant wine, right? It was not a high-end style of wine.
Right. I think that's kind of a trend throughout, this sort of high-low, black truffles with croque monsieur sandwich or caviar and potato chips kind of thing. But I think you're seeing this trend of like these rustic kind of local styles being like, oh, there's a reason they've done this for thousands of years. They're actually very delicious.
We tasted a few of the 30 varieties of orange wine Stoppelmoor offers here, including the Unico Zello Esoterico, a blend from Australia that retails at about $23.
So good.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, there's just this energy to it. You taste so many wines and like there's only so many times you can say apple and pear and lemon or whatever.
Right.
But there's a feeling you get. You get a feeling when you hear funky jazz or soul or blues. I don't see why you can't have those same feelings when you're smelling or tasting wine. It's such a like ephemeral, like sensory object.
Next, the Selbach Oster OMG Riesling from Germany with a price tag of $30.
Whoa.
You get that texture right away, but then bone dry.
The pandemic has forced the bar's wine tastings and classes online. On the West Coast, Hardy Wallace has also gone virtual,
We realize this is not a regular virtual tasting.
with weekly tasting and music events. A way to bring wine lovers together and keep Dirty and Rowdy going after a lack of restaurant sales due to COVID-19 cost the company half of its annual revenue. There's still hope that increased interest in orange wine will translate into sales for smaller vintners.
You don't see a lot of large wineries making orange wine. For small producers like us, it's a huge opportunity to reach people far and wide. It's really egalitarian, where it's not a luxury product and it's not just a hipster drink. It's one of these things that I think allows people to have just a full body experience drinking a glass of wine. Cheers
It's orange wine.
to orange wine.
Plenty of reasons for a toast. For CBS This Morning Saturday,
That's the reaction.
Yeah, no, it's
It makes you want to dance.
Jamie Wax, Santa Rosa, California.
Makes you want to move, and orange wine is